Yes, you can.
I pledge allegiance to
To
the
the
flag
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can everyone just please make sure your cell phones turn to silent? I can do that.
Otherwise, they forget to.
Just a reminder, anyone audience participation, please just come up to the podium, state your name, town of residency. We do limit you to 5 minutes per person, and Trustee Davin here is the person that does the timing. So that being said, can I get a motion to call the meeting to order at 7:01 p.m.?
I'll make that motion, 701, call the meeting.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, perfect. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting from October 28th, 2024?
I'll make that motion, as I was here on that date.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, correspondence, Christine.
Okay. Draft copy of minutes from the October 28th meeting. The Bank of New York Mellon statements for the month of October and the week of October 21st, October 28th, and November 4th have been received. A letter was sent to the owner of water account 431 regarding their request for a payment arrangement. A letter was sent to the old Otisville Community Center regarding the request to have some of their trash bill forgiven. Actually, I just handed it to Allison. I have received the water systems operation report for October 2024 from Frank. Received the affidavit of publication for the general election notice regarding the March 18th, 2025 village election that was published at the beginning of the month in the Times Herald Record. And we have received the third quarter sales tax from Orange County in the amount of $55,324.87, which luckily is up 2.4% from last year. And that's all I have.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Christine. John, DPW report.
Yeah, we took down the flags today. We winterized the ball fields, just to let you know, they're winterized. They didn't do any cleaning down there, so I gave them 2 weeks from the last game and told them, so if they say anything, they can't turn back on until spring. We're getting the lights ready for Christmas. Cleaned up some trees from the wind. We picked up the sign that blew over last week over there at the entrance on 211. We're picking up leaves on Friday, only in bags, so people know. We got cleaned up Highland Avenue today, we mowed up there. I gave Christine how long it took. Water for October, village used an average of 35,386 gallons per day. The prison, 110,217 gallons per day. Also, just to let everybody know, on Thursday, we'll be going to a training class in the town of Walk Hill. So we won't be in the area.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All of you?
Yeah.
John, I got one for you. At the park, all the stickers are off the containers, so people are getting stuff.
Garbage cans.
Garbage cans.
Peeled it all off.
Did you guys take them off?
We
Or
didn't
our
take them
friends
off.
peel them off?
Point us to peel them up, but we can order stickers from somebody later.
The bear.
The bear
ones,
proof
you
one,
mean,
yes.
right. It's very faintly there. I don't know if it bled through from the sticker or what, because you really
Yeah.
look, it's there, but
Do they make a permanent marker other than a Sharpie you could put on there in a nice handwriting? Who has the nicest handwriting over there? Well, you can order a new sticker. I'm just
I
saying.
can order a sticker.
I mean, yeah, I mean, of everything,
We can order some new
both sides,
stickers.
all of them.
Have that on one setting book, they can get them. That's all it is four garbage and 2 recycling.
yeah.
So,
I guess
Once you put them up, just let us know when you do it.
all right.
If anyone notices that they're not there, we're just gonna watch the video and see who's peeling stickers on there, so, fair enough.
Sticker detail.
Okay, anything else for John? You got anything for John, Bob? Diane, you got anything for John or Frank? Okay, I have one thing for you. The trucks, we got our new truck, well, our new to us truck for the town of Mount Hope, that was delivered.
Yep.
Hopefully hopefully before we use it, we're gonna take the Town of Mount Hope's name off
I'm
of it.
gonna bring in
I figured you
this
would.
week,
That's
and I'm
fine,
gonna start letting it warm up so we can take the lettering off, and that way Frank can letter it.
okay. We have the old, fire police vehicle from the fire department that, they were supposed to get some radios switched out. So that vehicle and the red Dodge, we can hopefully reach out to Auctions International and let's throw them on there and see what we get.
We also have an old, hydraulic sander that's down at the well house sitting on top of the container down there, that we have nothing that works on anymore, that was, it's in good shape. We can put that up too.
Listen, the more the merrier. All right, perfect. The last time we threw a lot of stuff on there,
And we have
made out good.
the two pumps that came out of the booster pump station when the prison upgraded that are sitting down in the well house that are in good shape, so.
Now, will they work on our pumps and
No,
all?
they're two,
Okay.
they're different style pumps, that doesn't,
Yes,
nothing to
we'll
do
make sure.
with, these are in the building pump, the ones that we use in the well house are in the well.
I know, got it.
Okay.
Christine, in order for us to put all of that on Auction
Yeah, I was just
International,
gonna say, do you wanna just do a
motion
motion
to
to surplus all of
surplus.
that?
all of the items that John just listed,
And the two trucks.
Yep.
and the two
The
trucks.
Dodge and the other one's a Chevy Tahoe.
Okay. Diane made the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Alright.
Okay, that was easy.
Thank you.
Did we get titles or anything from the town for,
I have not, I don't know if they,
did you get anything, Christine?
Yes.
Do you know?
Only the stuff that, and that was only for the fire truck, yeah, I didn't get anything, I don't think.
That was.
I'll talk to Dean tomorrow.
Probably for me. So
Yeah,
he gave me copies of everything, but that's not gonna work. Cause I'd like to register everything on the 22nd when the
Yes.
DMV bus gets here.
I'll see Dean
So the
tomorrow.
new truck, we could turn into plates for the, well, we probably shouldn't turn in plates till we sell them, I guess. Yeah, we probably should leave it. on.
Dodge
Okay,
can't move, so
okay.
I think they take plates off, they can.
Oh, and the only other thing that I wanted to say is John and Frank have been working on estimates. Here's
Yeah.
something you forgot. Right now they have two. I sent him someone else. Did he come up today?
Not today, did it?
Okay, well, he's supposed to come up and see you guys. I wanna get some estimates. They got two, so we're gonna get 3 estimates for, how many roofs? 4.
4.
So the roof on the salt shed that we've talked about, the roof at the pavilion, which is just in horrible shape and starting to rot and pieces are literally falling out. The roof on the
Well house itself.
well house, and what's
Which,
the fourth
speaking
one?
of that, that is in dire need. We knew we had a couple leaks, and then when they sent the roofer up there, where they met the two buildings together, the guy almost fell through the roof. He says it's that soft, so we need to really concentrate doing something with that.
So we're gonna put a letter together just to tell everyone, once you get the third one, we're gonna put a letter together. Hopefully we can get some grant money to fix our roofs and underneath, because that pavilion, I don't want it to go any worse than it is. And I know we talked about it, but I just wanna let them know that you guys have been working on that. All right.
One of the things with that, especially since we're in between building inspectors, is just to make sure that we go through the process of getting the permit, because even though we're exempt, we've always done that, so.
Speaking, do we have a building permit for the firehouse building?
No.
No.
But Mike needs a number for, to get the electrical inspection for the owner.
Okay.
Alright. I'll have to ask you
I'll
that.
make it, okay, that's fine. Town of Mount Hope Police. Kurt, how you doing?
All right, doing
I'll put you first
shot.
today.
Oh,
Doing
that
good.
was so nice. So, let's see, November 6th, the chief and I attended the Notorious Service Medal Awards. Officer Brian Benjamin, and Rob and Diane Capola were awarded Notorious Services medals. Let's see, since the signs have been put up for the 5-ton weight limit, commercial vehicle traffic has declined on the surface roads. Our complaints have declined dramatically. We've been getting complaints again about Highland Avenue. I ran the numbers last Monday. Over 63,000 cars went by in a 30-day period, with the average speed being 27.9 miles an hour. There was, I think, 400 or so that were 10 miles an hour above the the speed limit, starting at 10 miles an hour above the speed limit.
I'll be the guy that asks, what was the fastest?
I believe it was 80,
And what time was that at?
1 o'clock in the morning. And our new vehicles are in, so the chief's new vehicle is down in Long Island, having the equipment put in. You may have seen the new pickup truck during the trunk or treat. So when all that equipment comes in, we'll be sending that down to get it equipped, getting it striped up, and then it'll be back out on patrol, so you'll see a patrol car as a pickup truck.
Okay.
And that's it, unless you guys got something for me today.
All right, anyone have any questions for Kurt? All right, fair enough. Karen, what do you got?
This Thursday at 7 o'clock at the Senior Center, we're having a Hidden Valley Sewer meeting for the residents or anyone who wants to attend regarding the Hidden Valley Sewer District. We've authorized the town engineer to prepare an ambulance district report to move ahead with the ambulance district. At our next board meeting next Monday, we have a public hearing on local law number 5, which is regarding off-road vehicles. Friday, November 29th, the day after Thanksgiving, we're going to have our Christmas tree lighting at the Senior Center. We'll have more details on that coming out soon. The Friday before last, we dedicated a tree at the park by the pond to village resident Jack Parker Braun. There are some Christmas ornaments on there and Christmas lights if anybody wants to add one to the collection there. And then last week, police officer and SRO Sean Burke resigned, he retired, and there is a conditional offer up for a new part-time police officer, Anthony Gray.
Yes. He starts the phase 2 in the academy tomorrow morning.
Okay.
That's why we put you two on the same line, by the way, but okay. All right, thanks, Karen. Mr. Latimer, or Trustee Latimer is out. He got stuck working the second shift all week. So therefore, I don't have any information for the fire chief's report. I will kind of say, bounce off what Kurt had said. I went to the awards dinner for 2 of the Otisville firemen and firewomen, and also one of the town of Mount Hope's police department officers. And a lot of people got awards. It was a good event. I thought it was a good event, so it was good to see we had a nice showing from Mount Hope. Anyone wants to see this? Trustee reports. We'll start with you today, Diane, because I think I started with Bob last time. Fair enough?
Fair enough. I did send a letter inviting a potential new member for the ZBA. He had expressed some interest twice I've talked to him. So I sent a formal letter, included in it what the duties and responsibilities are, so he has some idea. Unfortunately, I haven't heard back from him immediately, but I did mention in the letter, and I wanted the board to know that I realize this is a busy time of year to start taking on new commitments, so that we would certainly consider making the appointment for January if he were interested. I hope that might sweeten it up a little bit. So I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything.
Good.
Community Advisory Board for the State and Federal Prison met last week. I was not able to attend, but I did get a report back. There are 2 new administrators at the FCI. The new warden's name is Eric Ricard. I assume it's no relative, or I would have heard something, but, and the associate warden is Myrna Bridges, who I do not know if she's been at Otisville before, or I know her from somewhere else, but the name is very familiar. I'll put it together once I see her. And also the FCI is planning a coordinated emergency response drill with the Mount Hope Police and the Otisville Fire Department, but no date has been set for that yet. Little League, you'll remember Brian mentioned at our last meeting, Brian Latimer, that they had a meeting scheduled. Well, that meeting was canceled, but the president did get in touch with me, assured me that he would let me know when they were meeting again. We had a subsequent conversation because I wanted to make sure that he was aware, they were aware, that the town is no longer providing the clay for the A, B, and C fields, and I wanted him to understand that we hadn't budgeted for it either. So he said that he was aware of it already, he was planning to be meeting with the town to discuss it, and that, you know, they may have to consider doing an additional fundraiser before spring. He said that it's really, to his recollection, it's only a couple $1,000s, so they should be able to do that with a fundraiser, I would think. And he's going to let me know when they start meeting again regularly.
The one thing they don't have there that's pressing the clay down is heavy trucks driving over it. We don't have that anymore,
Right.
so that's a good thing.
Yep. The Historical Society, they are having their holiday open house Sunday, December the 8th, from noon until 3:30. It's always a really nice event. And the flyer mentions that they will be having raffle baskets, and donations for those baskets are more than welcome. So if anybody would like to donate, you can drop it off here and we'll make sure that they get it. Local businesses, today the Country Garden Club decorated the flower boxes in front of the businesses on Main Street, the Otisville Mart, and the bank. So you'll see that the wintergreens and berries are there. They came out very nice. With as dry as it is, we actually have to water those boxes. But I spoke with a couple of the business owners while we were there and said, you know, until it starts to rain, if you could just, you know, give it a little bit of water so they don't dry up immediately.
We'll get some pictures online for that. Okay.
Yeah. And the only other thing I have, I did talk to, well, not talk to, but sent it to the, I almost called you the board, to the mayor.
It's not that bad. Thank you. It's not that bad.
Our village vehicle and gas policy. The last time it was amended 2 years ago, we took out a paragraph that referenced the dog control officer's vehicle, because we didn't have that vehicle anymore. Well, now we have a CEO vehicle, so my recommendation would be, and that's what, I forgot to put it in color, but this is it
Yes.
here, that we just put that paragraph back in, changing dog control officer to code enforcement officer. And I kinda wanted to know what the board felt about that.
I like it, but I would put code enforcement officer / building inspector, just because they're gonna be two different people. But as long as it covers all three of those job titles, I missed one, fire inspector too, because I know at some point we might have
I
had.
thought, but we don't. I thought we had something in there saying, you know, that, like any village resident. I'll draft something up for the next meeting
That's all.
so that we have it.
And the only other thing that I want to add is, I don't know if she currently is or has, but I would think that at some point Kate or any village staff could take that card either to the bank or.
Kate
Right.
has done it, and I would do it if I went to the bank. I mean, I did discuss that with her, that now that we have the vehicle, she and I should be using that rather than putting it for mileage, so.
And that's why it was written that the form would be kept in the vehicle so that different people could use it.
And all I said to Javier is just make sure it's gassed up. So
Yeah.
he's responsible for doing that part, because
Okay.
I don't want any
We don't have
process of
gas
that.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a draft and then you can
That's
decide.
fine. That works.
Yes,
No, I would rather have it, honestly.
I was gonna save this to the end, but since Brian isn't here to report on the fire company, just last reminder that their fire company's Penny Social and Tricky Tray will be this Saturday, the 16th. Doors open at 5, calling at 7. They are having pre-sales on Thursday and Friday evening from 5 to 7. So if you want to go in and buy your tickets, drop your tickets, and then just go back for the calling on Saturday, you can do that. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Dan. What you got, Lance?
I don't have much, because John cleared most of it up with, the parks ready for the winter. The sleigh riding hill is also ready for the winter, except for, we just had to
Don't
change.
say that word, no.
All right, the sleigh riding hill is ready also, so the village residents know that in advance. Other thing I have, my Century Sands will be the 21st of, December at the senior center. On the next meeting, I'll talk more about it and let the mayor know that, put a form in the school at minutes. And when I am gonna have a cutoff, I'm not gonna have 200 kids there. So there will be a cutoff for anybody for the Century Sand I'm gonna have. Have to be a form out for all the doings to it. I'm not gonna put it out yet. But, that's my own sponsor there. But, I did talk to Diane about our policy to go over with, using village vehicles and how far they can go. So I think the board should check into that more again. Only because I got a phone call about a car too far away. I'll leave it at that, and we'll talk about it more till we find out. I did talk to the chief about it, and he's gonna get back to us on that, so.
If you two would like to work on coming up, how old is that law, or how old is that rule that we have in place?
It was last change amended in 22.
Okay, so it wasn't that long ago. If Diane wants to add whatever you want to add to it, and Lance, if you want to change something, if you want to look into what other municipalities that own their fire department is doing, I don't want to compare us to a district, because we're not.
Correct.
And if you want to make some changes to that, bring it back to the board, let's talk about it, and let's just do it.
Okay,
Um,
sounds
I
good.
think that's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just for our own insurance purposes.
Oh, I get it.
We don't wanna get caught out, with, explaining to our insurance company why the car is a certain area where it shouldn't be. You know, if all village residents paying taxes, then we'll go from there.
And I think when it's changed, we're just gonna have to go to their meeting, we'll bring them in and just,
I don't know
explain the
why.
changes. Yeah.
It's not to pick on nobody,
No,
it's, insurance. Insurance is money. That's all I have right now until my next meeting.
Okay.
I'll go from there. Anybody got any questions for me, I'll answer them.
the only thing that Lance brought up, John, that I wanna say is the sleigh riding hill. I know someone brought it up at the end of the last meeting when it was all over, about how there was some trees that were knocked down, but there's a big hole back kind of where the path is.
I know the path is, yeah, Brian, I know he removed the trails. He was gonna fill that hole in, I don't know if he got to it, I'll check with him.
If it gets soft, do you think we could do something in the back with, snow fence or something for the entrance to kind of,
We could do something,
I just don't wanna see anyone fall in. I doubt they will, but,
yeah, on the side of the creek, yeah.
Right by the water there, yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
and if he's gonna fill it in, it's probably gonna take care of the problem, and I know it's pretty difficult.
We can,
He just-
we can come up with something.
Sparked my memory, and I have to get with you about ordering a sign,
Sign, yeah.
yes,
Yes.
it's on my list, because I don't wanna show up with, ta-da. Okay, Bob, what do you have?
I don't have anything to report tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, well, that was, okay, I'm not gonna take your time, all right, back to the mayor's report here. I just wanted to let everyone know that didn't hear, and I probably should have did this in the beginning, but I didn't, Frederick Baker passed away, and I just wanted to mention a couple things about him. He was a trustee here. I don't know the exact times and dates that he was a trustee here, but he was also the DCO. And as John added in the beginning of this, he also used to read water meters for us. So, I actually saw his wife down at the veterans ceremony, but,
He was the village custodian for a while.
okay.
Remember, he did the walls.
Okay,
He had many jobs in the village.
Some big, one of the big guys that did a lot of work down the park,
Yes.
getting it set up.
thank you to Heidi since she's here. Not that I wouldn't thank you if you weren't, but, newsletter came out great. We were actually able to get it, stamp it, send it out. Some people got an email, some people got it mailed to them, and we have copies at the post office, at the hardware store, because I dropped them there, down at the park, and, where am I else am I missing?
Have a lobby.
In the lobby. So, if you don't have a copy of the newsletter, pick one up. Has some good information on it, plus some activities that are coming up. Just wanted to thank the town of Mount Hope and the VFW for the Veterans Day ceremony. I think it went very well attended, and even my part went smooth. So thank you to Mike and thank Amanda for her part too. Javier, code enforcement he actually came in a little late today and he was planning on coming here, but I don't know what came up, but he had to leave early, so he was not able to come to the meeting. He did write us, he wrote me an email, which I gotta talk to him about font size, cause yikes, this is very tiny font that he wrote.
You broke your glasses.
No, I have a pair right here, but that's okay. He just wanted to, he had a couple things that I gave everyone on the board, just some suggestions. We're not gonna do anything with it right now, but I think that he had written, on the bottom that he had spoken to, maybe he didn't write that, maybe he wrote it in his email, that he was gonna talk to the attorney, and I know he's been talking to Rory too. But just an update on what he kind of came across. We had someone in the village do windows and siding, and we figured out that we didn't have something in our, in our building code for it, so he wanted to make that. He also wanted to let us know that he has, since our last board meeting, he has 10 violations out there. I did want him to come in and talk a little bit about some of it, but I'm gonna try to get him to maybe do an email to us, so we're all on the same page with him. So if we have questions, we can kind of go back and forth with those emails. Everyone's all right with that? Yeah.
Yeah, he can send them in like once a month. I said, don't send them one at a time. That's why I didn't have them again today.
No, listen, I like what he did here. He really kind of threw this together just because he was planning on being here, but, yeah. So that's that. Mobile DMV is gonna be here next Friday, the 22nd. We kind of moved it from out front over a little bit because we had to put a plug in for him. Operation Toy Train is going to be coming through and picking up toys down at the Walk-Hill Station on December 15th. Operation Toy Train is working in conjunction with the toy drive that we're going to do, and people have been donating to, so that's good. I think the last date that we're gonna be able to, when is it, like the 14th?
Yeah, that Friday before.
The Friday, okay. If we push it and we have toys, then I'll be part of bringing it hopefully down to Walkill, because I'd like to
That's
see.
the 13th, right?
Yeah, 13th of December.
So that's a Friday. We're gonna put something on our flyer for our Christmas tree lighting and our Patriot tree lighting. If someone wants to bring an unwrapped gift, I'll bring the boxes down.
Nice idea.
That's the simple part, and hopefully we get a lot of gifts. Next year, I kind of talked about, I'd really like to get on their list to have Otisville be a stop. I was a little late this year, but that train comes right through here. I was actually down in, or reading, I should say, on their sheet today, that they stop at different locations to pick toys up. Walkill obviously being one, and families can bring their kids and stuff to get pictures with Santa at each stop, so I thought that was kind of neat. I didn't realize that until I saw the video that I posted online today too, so. All right, that's all I have. Old business, we have none. Wow. New business, the HVA system for the firehouse pole barn. Let's talk about that. I gave you 2 proposals, and when I was reading through these, I don't believe C.R. Wolf, unless someone sees it in here, gave us a price for a prevailing wage. So I think it would be safe to assume, and I hate to use that word, but I will, I think it'd be safe to assume that prevailing wage is clearly going to be more than what a regular rate would be. But the one from Larson's prevailing wage is a total of $19,600. I know they gave us a price for non-prevailing wage too, I think, Christine, for like 14 something, but clearly this is a prevailing wage job.
Mm-hmm, yes, it was 4,000 or what? 4,000
4,000
was non-prevailing wage.
Even if Wolf's is prevailing wage, they're still way up.
Oh, no, I know, that's what I'm saying, right. I don't think it is, but it would be obviously a lot higher than that. I didn't see, and again, listen, they might obviously realize that it is. I'm sure C.R. Wolf has been around for many years. I'm sure they would realize what it is and what it isn't, but just giving you the 2 prices. We did call Jones, and I just want to add this in. We were waiting on a price. They asked us for blueprints. We were still waiting on a price, so we wound up calling C.R. Wolf, and C.R. Wolf got us a price pretty quick. So I'll let you know what the price is from Jones, but we're still waiting. I think we're, what, like almost a month into this, 3 weeks, month into it. I don't know. It's an open garage right now. I mean, there's not much to it, but.
Even if Jones were to come in a little bit less, I mean, we have a long-established history with Larson.
100%.
And with their service, and I think that itself, we would be able to justify if that is the best value.
I believe that's the reason he gave us a price that he gave us, because he's worked with us
He's
before.
very fair,
He
yes.
just did the AC in the social hall up there at the firehouse, and, okay. So that being said, Bob, you have any questions?
No,
The only question I have has nothing to do with the bids.
Yep.
It has to do with, did the fire company budget for this when they were planning for the pole barn?
All right, so here's how I would answer that, and Christine, you can jump in as soon as I throw my comment in. I believe the budget in the beginning, when we were building the pole barn turned out to be $60,000 more because of prevailing wage. We asked Senator Skoufis for grant money for that, which he gave us. That $60,000 of prevailing wage that was covered allowed us to do the electric, the heat, and, what's the third one, and the floor.
Okay, so it's all in there?
Yes.
Okay, that was my only question.
Well, it's not in the, it's not, hold on.
Not in there, but it
It's-
left,
it's not in
because we
the-
got extra money from him, it left money in our capital fund, which will allow us.
Thank you.
to do
Right.
That's what I wanted to say. This is not Senator Skoufis' grant money that he gave us,
Right.
no. This is on top of. So there's really three major projects to be done: the electric, the floor, and the heat. After that, they can have their wish list, but I really don't know what else needs to be done after that.
Guard to watch you.
No, good point, that could be. So, anyone else have any questions? Can I get a motion to approve Larson's for the total amount of $19,600 to do the heating system at the new pole barn at the firehouse?
I make that motion for $19,600 to Larson's Heating for the heating unit at the pole barn.
Can I get a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, water law amendment. I don't even know where to start here. I guess I'll start on the notes that Rory kind of wrote. Okay, so we've had someone come in for a while now asking us about, asking us to do something for the rates of the water, as far as for people that are not hooked up to our current water system. Going back and forth with Rory on this, this is not to vote on this. What this is to do is to make a motion for an amendment to our local law number 3, and this would be from 2000, let me put my glasses on for this one.
What I just handed you is the current law, it's not Lori's amendment.
Okay.
Just so you can,
This would be an amendment to that current law, that we would set a public hearing at our next board meeting. So all this really is doing is, this would be just a motion to amend the local law for Rory to work on it, to introduce it to us next meeting, and then at the next meeting, if we're in agreement, that we would put it out for, a public hearing for
So-
people. Go ahead.
It's a motion to allow Rory to work on amending this law
Correct.
without being specific about what it is he's going to amend.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The only thing that I'll tell you what he's looking to amend, is the water rates.
I'd rather see it before.
No, I understand that,
discussing
that's
it.
why I don't know what he called it, that's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to, okay, so all it really is just all he asked me to do is just to get a motion for him to make this, amendment to the local law to introduce it to us by the next meeting.
Yes.
So within 5 days is actually what he told me.
If he can email it to us
Yes.
prior to, so that if we have questions, we have them prepared.
He only has, and here's his suggestion, he'll email it within 5 days, this is his words, not mine, this is his words, Christine, not mine. He'll email it to us within 5 days, and any questions we have, we can write back to him. He'll go back and forth with
Sounds
whatever
good.
we want changed. So, can I get a motion to amend local law number 3 from?
No, not to amend it,
Not
to
to
allow him to work on
To
it.
allow him to work on it.
Yes, I'll make
Okay.
that motion.
I'll second it.
Perfect, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, moving on down the list, let's see. Motions and resolutions, can you read this one, Christine?
yeah. A board resolution to make a partial payment of the Chevy 3500 dump truck, which was purchased from the town of Mount Hope from the village trucks and related equipment reserve in the amount of $11,000. So we paid for the whole thing, but only part of it is coming out of the, truck reserve. The rest of it came out of our annual operating budget.
I move we approve the resolution as read.
Thanks, Bob. Second?
Second it.
Thanks, Lance. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Audience participation. Just come up to the podium, state your name.
Hello, Allison Miller, Town Mount Hope. I'm here on behalf of the Friends of the Oakville School. I know there was some discussion, I believe, at the last board meeting about the garbage removal for the old school community center there at 21 School Street. So I was just hoping to clarify a bit and then also ask for some clarification. So we're definitely on the same page, all of us. So I just want to make clear that the Friends of the Oakville School received a letter dated June 12th from the village. And that letter stated, please be aware that as of June 1st, we will be billing you. We're very aware of the fact that the village gratis provided dumpster trash removal service for many years, and we didn't pay for it. And we are truly very thankful for that. So we received this letter on June 12th, and it said, as of June 1st, we will be billing you. And a copy of the garbage collection fee schedule was attached, and it says bills generated in May cover June through November, November billing covers December through May. That is the only thing we ever received from the village regarding garbage pickup until September 14th, when we received a past due letter. Tonight, Christine gave me a letter dated November 12th, which says, as of the last, I think it was the last board meeting, October 28th, the village board of trustees voted to waive the late fees associated with that, which I'm very appreciative of. However, it still says, associated with the understanding that the June 13th bill needs to be paid. So I want to make very,
Yeah, but you have until the first.
the 1st of May.
to pay.
But I want to make very clear that we've never received a June 13th invoice. We've never received a bill, and that is, first of all, why we never paid it, because we were a little confused, honestly, by the ambiguity of the letter, because if it says bills generated in May,
Well, actually,
and then,
I just.
so we were
wanna-
kind of waiting to receive an invoice, and we never received an invoice,
The
which is why we
invoice,
never.
I don't know why you didn't receive it, because the invoice and the letter were actually sent on the same day. I sent them out myself.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
don't
it's
know
used in
either.
separate envelopes, but I don't know, you know, I mean, the mail system or whatever, but they were sent at the same.
Okay, so we don't have a copy of it, so I definitely need a copy of it, because we certainly can't pay an invoice, we can't pay an invoice without a copy of the invoice.
Okay.
So I definitely need that.
All right, I'll go after
That's
it.
the first thing. And then the second thing, I just wanted to clarify, because I know there were at least 2 dates over the summer that the dumpster was not emptied. It's my understanding that's supposed to be weekly removal. And during the summer, I thought, well, we're not paying for it, so I'm not gonna say anything. But now if we're being billed for it, there are 2 weeks that we never had garbage removal. So there's that issue, but I also just wanna know moving forward, if we're paying for this and the trash is not picked up, what should we do? Should I contact the village?
Yeah.
Will it be paid, because when I had mentioned to Bob, because of course he's a trustee, and he, I believe, contacted the village, and they said, well, we'll get it next week. We are switching to cans, so I'm not sure that getting it next week will be sufficient. So I just want to clarify that if it doesn't get picked up, we contact the village and it will get picked up.
What were the dates? Do you know the
Okay.
dates?
I can look at, there was one in July and one in August, and I can get those to you,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Give
fine.
it to me so I can look back and see.
Bob, who did you talk to? Do you remember? Well, when Allison talked to you about the fact that the garbage hadn't been picked up.
Yeah, you called me a couple times.
I go call John when.
He called me, I verified, told you guys, just make sure you pick it up. But I know for a while there, they would go up, they would pick it up, there was like one bag,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so they weren't pumping it with the one bag.
And I understand that, but I do know the 2 times that it was not picked up, we had a fairly full dumpster, and it was my concern that if it
Right,
went
well,
another
I'll
week
make
or
sure
2,
that-
it would
That
not
won't
get
happen again,
picked
I'll make
up.
sure that's,
Yeah, if it's not picked up, just call down here. Doesn't matter. Call DPW or call down here.
yeah.
It
The other
shouldn't
problem
happen,
is the
but if it
bears.
does,
The bears going in the dumpster was the other problem. The garbage sitting
Bears
there.
all over the village is the
I know.
problem, yes, I understand.
Thankfully, he left. He started Bear Day.
And the other thing I just wanted to ask, I'm just trying to look up the dates for you right now so I can get those to you. So, 8/12, I just wanna go back and see if that was the day after. Okay, so it looks like August 13th would have been one date.
Okay.
And it looks like just July 16th was the other date. So one day in each month. And again, I do understand if, you know, they're making the rounds and there's only one bag in there, but again, if now we're gonna go back and be paying for that, you know, I wanna make sure that that's something that we're getting our
Just-
full service for.
Just a
Yeah.
question for you about your letter.
Sure, which
Um,
letter, the original one,
The
the
original
12th one?
Yeah,
Yes.
so just so I can comprehend it, so you got a letter dated July 12th,
Thank
or
you.
June 12th.
June 12th.
June 12th, yep.
But it states, please be aware that is a June 1st. Okay, well, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it was like backdated a bit, and the invoice was actually generated in June 13th, obviously not in May, but I'm assuming that was a discussion.
So,
Well, actually,
At the village
everybody,
meeting.
everybody's were actually generated on June 13th.
so the letter,
Okay, so I have one more question, I just don't wanna.
no, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
if they were generated, so my question is, when is the next one going to come? Cause it says like, it says,
December, so the billing works from June 1st to November 30th,
okay,
so that's where the June 1st,
sure,
I don't wanna
date
write on your
comes
bill,
in.
but that's.
that's
And
for you,
then-
that's for you, I made copies, so you
Okay,
can have
okay.
that.
Okay,
So we bill every year, the commercial dumpsters and garbage go from June 1st to June 30th. And then December 1st to, May 31st.
So do you have an idea of when that invoice will be generated, so I can look for it? I just wanna make sure we don't miss it.
Yeah, it will come out at the first week of December,
Okay,
yep,
all right.
and it'll be 300, not 600.
Yes, cause we're switching over to the cans.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have another question, Brian?
no, I didn't, I just wanted, Christine kinda answered it, but on the bill part where it's, I just wanna make sure that it's in June 1st through November 20th.
When are you switching over to the cans?
You are removing the dumpster next Tuesday,
Next
Monday,
Well,
November
I mean,
18th.
honestly,
I have
it's
that
up to you,
letter
but
too.
because they're being billed the dumpster rate through the end of
That's
November.
up to the village, I don't have a
that's
problem leaving it there in December. They're already paying for it.
They're paying the same thing for the dumpster, or the cans, correct?
No,
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 cans
we're
is cheaper.
paying more, so
The
Christine,
dumpster's
it does
more.
make the point, if we're paying through November 30th,
Alright, so here's
our
my,
dumpster should stay there till
Yeah, that's
November
fine,
30th.
that's,
well, hold on a second, here's my question that I have for everyone. To my understanding, if you are a business in the village, you get billed for the dumpster, right? Has the old school paid us a dime for the dumpster they have there right now?
No, it was loaned to us under
Yeah,
the
it's all
previous
good.
mayor.
Okay. I don't have a problem with leaving it there, but I just want why it came up. I guess it came up because of the doors or the flaps or something that I guess you guys wanted. That's, I think, what
We
kind
had
of
asked
started.
about lids, we had
Lids,
asked about
lids.
lids.
Okay. And we don't have
We
the
don't
ability
have
to.
That's that one- that one
That's
was-
where I think this whole
We
conversation
built that one, that was
started.
actually a dumpster that Raphael built before he left and,
There's no holes or anything in this dumpster.
No.
It's just the lids that are missing.
Yeah.
So, okay.
there was no lids ever, actually.
Before that.
Does
For that
anyone have an issue with leaving it? I'm not gonna ask you this, Bob, because I think I
Oh,
already
no,
know your
I
answer.
mean,
but
we
okay.
should, if you're
No,
paying
no,
for it.
they pay for it,
you
they,
should.
Okay,
have it to the end of their term.
okay.
Okay, thank you for that. And then, not a related question, but, so is there not a building inspector currently?
Correct. Well, no, wait, hold on. We have our engineers covering the building.
Okay, so that was my question, so if we have questions or if we need to have an inspection done, we contact,
The building department. Yes.
okay, and
Yes.
someone's,
We do have a code enforcement officer
right, that was my
who,
understanding.
depending on what it is you need inspected, he
Mhm.
may be able to do the inspection. But if it's
Okay.
a building
Right.
inspector inspection,
Okay,
then the engineer will
so
come
we'll
out
just
and
call
do
the
it.
building department and explain what we need and
Yep.
have them take care of it.
Yeah,
Okay,
shouldn't
thank
be
you.
a problem, it's been going pretty smoothly.
Okay,
If you take the newsletter,
I
You
did
have one?
take the newsletter, yes.
Javier's number, we put his business.
I saw
card in.
that, so I'll contact him and
Perfect.
start there. Okay.
Where are you planning on putting these cans once you get them?
Okay, so actually, that's a good question. Is there a place you would like us to put them?
I think it should be someplace where they're gonna be secured, not where you have the dumpster right
Well,
now.
we're gonna put, okay, I think we're putting them close to the road, right?
Well, that's what they have to be for pickup, right?
Right, because you guys aren't gonna necessarily drive up into the, I mean, I know that you do for the dumpster, but probably you want them on the road, right?
Well, on the road, but problems on the road, if you don't pick them up right away, they get away from snow, and this is what we do. With household, it's only one or two, but you can have 5 cans out there. If you put them up there next to where the,
Recycling cages
yeah,
in that
recycle
building?
cage area,
Okay.
that building, that'd be fine, we
That's
just pull
okay?
in, back up, and
Okay.
pick them up and be on our
That would be
way.
a little better,
That's
because they won't
perfect.
be on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you, I haven't been up there in a while, but to drop off recycling. Is there room in that cage to put them inside the cage to
No.
keep the bears out? No.
We probably will build some kind of structure to secure them. I don't know
Mhm.
when that will happen, but no, we don't have room in the cage, but we probably will make some kind of structure.
At that point, before you go ahead and build it, you may wanna ask John again, you know, cause if they're gonna drive up there to pick it up.
Right, yes,
That-
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the bears have been awful.
It'll probably just be a caged area, a fenced
If we can
area.
get a similar cage to the one we have there now for the,
Yeah.
cans, that would work.
best. Okay.
Just look at going.
Thank you.
I have something for you, but it's gonna be after the meeting, because I don't wanna bring it up on camera. So, I just have a question for you to make sure you receive something, that's all.
Okay.
All right, anyone else audience participation? Okay, can I get an approval to pay our bills? General, my glasses on for this, because I like reading these. $22,810.20. Water, $19,385.06. Fire, $6,302.25. And capital, $11,000.
I make the motion to pay our bills as read by the mayor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Closing comments. Diane, what do you got?
I had one question on the, and I put a sticky on the, bill about the, fire company vehicles on the gas. There was, for the first time, I believe, that I've ever seen it, there was a, bill for, it said captain. And as far as I knew, we didn't have a captain's vehicle. And I wasn't quite sure how the captain got issued that card, because Christine, when I asked her, didn't know about it. And they're not supposed to issue cards without, you know, coming to here. So did you know about it?
I was told that car 2 is gonna be out of service, and that's why another person was put on to cover calls. But I did not know anything about a card being given out for fuel.
Yeah, 'cause
I
it's-
know the car that was given was Rob's old car, not the one we're getting rid of. Rob's old car, old truck, was going to be used for fire police, and I will find out, but
Now,
I did know some of that.
car 2 is out of service because the car is being serviced, or because the driver is out of service?
The driver, to my understanding.
Then why isn't the person filling in using that car?
That's a great question.
Okay, I'm sure you'll check it out.
I will definitely check it
Now, car 2, who's car 2 now?
out.
Tony.
Yep,
That's it.
okay. Lance, what do you got?
Nothing right now.
All right, Bob, what do you got?
Next, in 2026, on July 4th, well, that'll be the 250th anniversary of, from the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And I was just wondering if the village, maybe in conjunction with the town, I don't know, do we have any interest in celebrating it? A lot of you probably don't remember the bicentennial in 50 years ago now, but it was a big affair. It went on for a year or so beforehand, and with stuff on TV, you know, historical stuff. It was a very big production, but I don't think there's going to be any kind of similar, you know, national type of celebration. But just some thought, you know, we have plenty of time, but if it's something that perhaps the village and the town might want to celebrate.
I can tell you this, and I don't know the exact dates, but it is the Otisville Fire 100th anniversary.
That's right.
So I don't know if
we
it-
can combine,
Yeah, I like the thought.
so we can, follow up now. We have plenty of time. We just wanted to throw that out there.
It will be here before you know it.
And I think the letter you're referring to, I think the answer is we have received it, but it hasn't been presented in our
Eighth graders?
for correspondence.
I remember watching that parade outside my
Okay.
school.
I remember sitting right over here in front of where Freddie Gregg
We
was,
received
watching the
it.
50th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only
I
thing
won
that I
a
have
basketball
is,
championship that year.
you can turn your cell phones back on. Can I get a?
I did think of one other thing, just to follow up, you mentioned about, Rick Baker, Fred Baker. If anyone is interested, they are having a graveside service this Friday, 2:00 at the Plain Cemetery. And he will be buried with full military honors, from what I understand, so. There were no other services, so if you're available on Friday, it might be nice to stop in.
I don't think we posted it yet, but
But just to let you know, that train that you have, he purchased that train for the village.
Oh, Yes. really?
He donated it
Yes.
to the village and was put into the playground.
all right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make that second.
All in favor?
Aye.
What?
It was green. Right here.
No, I think that was during the holiday.
It's not here.